Hello everyone, it's Max Power here with the final review of the Terminator 2 Judgment Day 1:1 scale art mask from PureArts. So, the cool thing about this is it is very different from the other things that I've got from Sideshow, from any other company in regards to Terminator. This is not your bust, although it's strange because the website says bust, and then the PureArts sees it as an art mask. So I guess it's considered a bust because you can put it on a stand. But as you can see from the piece itself, it's not a full solid head of the Terminator. So that's what kind of attracted me to get this, because it was just different than what I have. What to expect? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. By the way, this is on the Sideshow website. It's still $3.89, and I mentioned it in the when I was showing the box that there is a limited edition run. 800, mine happens to be 142. So again, it wasn't something that I thought was limited. The website doesn't say that it's a limited piece. Even the PureArts website doesn't specify that, but the box and the information and the plaque underneath it does say that there's 800 of these. So if it is something you're planning to purchase after you see my video, may want to jump on it. There's only 800 that will be made. All right, let's get to the mask itself. Here's where you're able to put the Terminator. There's a magnet here that kind of clicks in, and there's also the electronic prongs on there where it clicks in and the whole thing lights up. So I'll show you that. There's lights on the base, and there's lights obviously on the eyes. And so if you want to place it kind of like the Predator mask that Sideshow Collectibles did, you can place the mask right here, and it'll be facing forward like it shows on the artwork in the box. All right, there is some weight to this. It's a really solid piece. The base is very solid, real nicely done. The mask itself is also a solid piece. It is resin or polystone, according to the website here. It is a what does it say here? It is made out of electroplated cold cast resin. So there's definitely some weight to this. I put it on my scale, and it comes out to about 9.5 pounds, the whole piece together. The mask itself, when you take it off the mount and I put it on the scale, was almost about 4 pounds. So the rest of the weight comes from the weight from the base. Let me get in a little bit closer. I know people do like these close-up shots, so here we go. Now the piece does come with some instructions. I'll show you those instructions right now. So it comes with this assembly instruction. You can pause the video if you want to take a look at what they have. I really like that they included this piece right there. Sideshow should learn from this company as far as when they do a mask, if you were going to place it on the wall. This is really a nice touch. It basically eliminates you from guessing the holes on the mask itself, which may lead to doing some unnecessary holes on the wall. So here you pencil in the holes which match exactly to the mask, and then you just go ahead and nail where you place the points with your pencil, and then the mask fits right in. So really nice. I'm really looking forward to. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to place it on the wall. I really like it as on the stand, but due to my limited space in my room, I may decide to put it on the wall. So the end result looks like this when you have it on the wall. So again, I haven't decided if that's the route that I'm going to go with. The back has got some more instructions, again letting you know the piece that it comes with, the list of everything else. It also gives you where the base lights up. Sideshow's website says that it is 2 AA's. That's incorrect. It's 3 AA's that are required, and they do not come with the mask. All right, let's go ahead and get in closer to the mask, so I can show you some real nice details of the base itself. Here's the piece that comes with. It's just a plastic piece. So it's little things like this that really make things a lot easier, especially when you have to drill holes into your wall. So I really would appreciate something like this on my Predator mask. One of my Predator masks was really, I made a lot of mistakes. So behind the scenes of that mask, there's probably a few holes that I would have loved not to have, and I wouldn't have been able to or wouldn't have had that problem if they would have just had something like this. Okay. All right, so here's your plaque. Really nice. In the pictures on the website, it kind of looks a little different. I think it kind of looked more like a whitish plaque, but it is not. It is the one that you get is chrome, and the white is it's inside the lettering. So it really is a nice contrast. When this lights up, which I'll show later, the white shows up really bright against the chrome that you don't see in the dark. So some real nice details here. Overall, I'm really happy with this piece. I'm so glad that I was able to pick it up. And the icing on the cake is that it is a limited run to 800. So, you know, one thing that I dislike is that when a piece doesn't have an edition, it's an open-ended edition. So they can make as many as they want, and you just don't know how many are going to be out there. For a collectible, that's kind of a, you know, as far as its value and the exclusivity of it, just it kind of takes away from that, in my opinion. So some real nice detail there. They added a little bit of rust there. That's a nice touch. Okay, there's the tire. Nice touch with the tread marks right here. Now, the one thing that I do like and I don't, that's kind of a catch-22 on this one, because it is a wall-mounted plaque. The base lights up and so does the eyes, but when the battery and everything that goes is underneath the base itself. So When I take the mask off, I'll show you. But you know, the battery, if you need to exchange it, you would have to actually, if you have it on the wall, you'd have to remove the plaque, so there's not, unlike the Predator mask where the battery compartment was in the mask itself, here, because everything lights up, including the mask itself, everything is controlled here. Now, getting back to the thing that it's a catch-22 is the light features. Now, these right here are what turns on the eyes and the base. So this one right here, as you can see, it moves because it's not actually one of the kind of in the base skulls. It's a switch, and you press it in, and it lights up the plaque. It lights up some lights throughout the building here, or the rocks. And then this one right here, again, moves. As you can see, it's kind of a little loose. You push that in, and the eyes, what controls the lights that turn on. So again, if you have it on the wall, the one thing, maybe if I would like, if maybe this is fine, but if they would have done this on the mask itself, so you wouldn't have to remove the entire thing in order to put new batteries or anything on it. All right, so detailed. Now this is a battle damage paint on it. Really well done. I think that they looked at what Sideshow did with their half bust Terminator, which they did a fantastic job on the battle damage paint, and they kind of follow suit here. This company, really nicely done. It's not speckly like the original bust that I had from Sideshow that had the speckles, kind of looked like they just kind of splashed it on. It was okay from far away, but once you got close to it, it just didn't look as good as it could have. Here they blended the battle damage into the paint, which makes it look a lot more natural. Getting up close here. The one thing also that I noticed compared to the prototype or what you saw on the website is that, or even on the art print, the art on the box, it showed that the battle damage is a lot more, or is more significant on what you saw on the art box. So here, I think they could have done a little bit more battle damage, more speckling, kind of made it look more dirty, more it's kind of hard to explain, because when you look at the pictures, maybe it's just the way they did the pictures, it just looks a lot more grimy, a lot more dirty. I think that's kind of the only thing that it's lacking. Doesn't have that much dirt. It almost seems kind of polished, but it does have that speckling, as you can see. It's just not as grimy and dirty as what you saw on their website. Okay, moving towards the back. Some more skulls towards the back here. So again, just some of the details on here, like the merry-go-round horse right here, that's really nice. I really like that rust that they put on there. Really nice detailing. I think, I mean, this is pretty close to what you saw in the prototype. Maybe if there was something that I would say about it, is they could have done a little bit more color contrast of the skulls, maybe a little bit more on the horse. Other than the little rust areas here on the building, everything else is pretty much the same color. So, you know, had they done maybe a little bit more whitish here, maybe a little bit more of a color the horse a little bit more, just so it kind of stands out. Sometimes, even though the skulls are really nicely done, they seem to blend in into the entire base. Even the tire itself, they could have done a black coloring here so it looked like rubber instead of just being part of the entire base. So that would be the only nitpick that I would have as far as the base is concerned, is that there's very little, almost no contrast of items on the base. The tire, the skulls kind of all have that same color, so it kind of blends in all together. I mean, this is about the only thing that you have as far as contrast. But other than that, it's really just wonderful. Now, a lot of people always look at the teeth. Teeth has always been kind of an issue here with the Terminator. His mouth, it seems to be a little bit more opened. I think they did a better job with the teeth than Sideshow did with their half bust. The half bust teeth didn't come out really that great. They almost look kind of plastic. Here, they definitely look much better. And there's more detail. You have the molars and things like that that even my old Sideshow bust doesn't have. So, real nice. Being that this is a mask, you pretty much saw what you were gonna get. So, I think, in my opinion, what they could have done is could have added that piece right here. That's got the chip right here and just close this part off. I think that would have been much better than just to leave it open as they did. So, but still, it doesn't take anything away from the actual entire mask. It looks great. I'm really happy with this piece. Really happy. Solid, well done. It's different. So, just real nice. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to put my camera back on the tripod so I can show you the light feature on this. So, excuse me for the shaking there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to turn down the lights a little bit here so everyone can see what the feature. The LEDs on this are pretty bright. It's good and bad. Good in the sense that it really lights up the entire base, but at the same time, sometimes it appears to be a little too bright, and it kind of takes away, in my opinion, it could have been just a little bit lower, kind of give it more of an ambiance rather than just a bright light on the actual base. But you'll see what I mean by the lights. But again, really nicely done how it looks. So here we go. Turn down the lights here. Okay. And as I mentioned, the switch is right over here. This one turns on the base and this one turns on the eye. So I'll turn on the eyes first. Okay, and now the base. Okay, now I'm going to turn off the lights completely so you can get an idea what this looks like. Make sure we're focused. There we go. Good. Okay, turn off the other light. So right there you can see how bright those LED lights are on the on it. So again, it depends on the angle. Sometimes it appears it's very overwhelming, like it really lights up the entire thing. So I don't know. I guess I would have liked it just a little bit lower the lights, just to give it more of an ambiance. But again, it looks great in hand. I think they really did a nice job in what they did. I'm going to turn him around here. So it's got multiple LEDs, as you can see. There's one that lights up the horse. And then there's a light that actually comes from the plaque. I'm going to turn on some lights here. And let me get up close here. Okay, so lighting. There's again light that comes from the plaque. That's a real nice touch. The light right there that lights up that skull. Light that lights up the tire. Right there on that one. Okay. And that light right there. So the way they strategically place all these lights, they're done real nice. They really do cover the entire base. The lights on the eyes, they are really red. I know it comes out different on video, but they are this color red when they turn on, and they're really nicely deep red. So on some of the other busts, you know, maybe they came off a little kind of a tint of yellow, orange on there, but here they're really, really red. So really nicely done. The eye lighting on this. Of course, the missed opportunity is that when you turn off the lights on the eyes, they turn off right away. So they're not like the old Sideshow lighting where they just turn off. So there you go. They don't turn off slowly. They just turn on and turn back on. There you go. Okay, do one more thing. Turn off the light. Hopefully I won't lose focus here. But again, those lights, LEDs, the lights are pretty bright, so should be able to get a real nice view of the entire base. There we go. So as you can see, real bright. If this is going to be in your room and you want to turn it on, you'll definitely see the entire base. You know what would have been nice? I think it would have been kind of a dimmer switch. You can, you know, give it, you know, a little low lighting or high lighting. That would have been nice. So to get the idea of the color of the eye right there, kind of a red, real deep red. All right, going back to the base. I'm gonna back away. There we go. And I'm turning on the lights. Okay, and so you guys can see how it removes. There is a magnet here, real strong magnet, so you can remove it right there. Okay, and then you can see this is where the magnet is, and the electronics are right there, so that makes contact with, let me get it here closer. And there it is, so that makes contact with the top there. So I'm going to put it back. There's really only one way you can do this. So there it is. So I'm going to bring that back. Okay, goes right in there. Very nice. Okay. So one final thing. I know this video is getting kind of long here. I really should do 2 videos, but I just want to do one last final thing. Is I wanted to real quickly compare it to, this is 1-to-1 scale, and I wanted to compare it to the Sideshow 1-to-1 scale. They're both from the same franchise, but this one seems to be a lot more longer. It's kind of a longer face. It kind of looks more like the one from Sideshow Collectibles that they did for the Terminator, the first Terminator. So his face seems to be a lot more bigger, longer. So when I compare this to, let's say, and what I'm going to do this is I'm going to put this aside here, and I'm going to bring in my Sideshow Collectibles one. So side by side, let me move back. So there you can see there's a big difference as far as the face is concerned. This one's facing down a little bit, but you can see that the face is itself, this one's definitely much bigger than this one. Looks a little bit more smaller. So there's a big difference there. Let me see if I can do one more thing here. Oops, I almost dropped. Okay, so maybe let's do this. So here we have Sideshow. And I'm going to put this right next to it, the actual face, so you guys can see the difference. So definitely there's a big difference in the faces. The mask is definitely much a bigger Terminator face than the Sideshow one. And then you can also see the difference in the teeth too. So just something I wanted to show you guys. There we go, like face eye to eye right there. You can see that the, oh, let me pull back a little bit. There we go. Just a longer face, just a bigger face all together. All right, so last couple shots here of the PureArts 1:1 scale mask. Okay. All right, guys. So if you have any questions or you want to just make a comment on this, let me know. Anything I can answer for you. My recommendation for this item is definitely a plus. If you like the Terminator, if you like something a little different, maybe something you can put on the wall finally that's Terminator-ish, this is the one piece that I think you should pick up, especially now that we know that there's only an 800 limit on these, or 800 edition on this. So definitely that's a plus for me, and definitely a great buy if you like the Terminator. And again, you like something a little different, something to put on the wall, this is a great piece. So okay guys, thanks for staying tuned. Sorry for the long video. This is just a piece that I really had to show a lot with. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.